Hi and welcome back to David Tom Creations channel. Today I'm kind of going to go over how I created a new kit using my own samples, and I've created a kind of init kit, so just a blank kit, well, a blank pattern with the 808 kit, because you can't actually create a completely blank init pattern and kit. It always defaults to the 808 808 kit. So I've created a blank pattern, and so there's no beats at all. So as a kind of starting point, so if we press pattern select and go to pattern shift and 8. So we go to pattern select bank and 8 and 8. It is DTC Init. And like I said, if I press record, there is nothing happening on any of the instruments. And like I said, if you go to kit, it has got the TR-808 kit. So if I just put some a bit of bass down, you can hear that's a standard 808 kit. So what I have done is I have put some samples on the SD card and created a new kit. So if I go to you can see, so this is what happens. You put the SD card in, you get this kind of rolling folder. So this has been formatted on the actual TR-8S, and you open that. You've got backup. So I've kind of backed that up. I think when I got it, and it says 1st of Jan 2018, which is a bit weird. And then you've got an export folder with kit and pattern, so they're empty. I haven't actually exported anything. And then you've got a sample folder. So within the sample folder, you can either put in just like straight samples, or you can have folders. But what you can't do is put a folder within a folder. So if you had like a lot of samples in, so this is kind of mint chill trap. So if you had like another folder within this, let's say just purely, I don't know, drum stuff, you can't actually access it. It either has to be just a single file, so that's WAV or AIF file in the sample folder. So you can see. So what I've done is I've actually imported this. Just move this along a bit. Imported this Modern Electronica samples from 5pin, and these were samples that I downloaded from LoopCloud. So I've got thousands of samples from LoopCloud, so I thought I could try and bring some in. So there's a bass, there's a filter pad, there's a couple of effects, there's a melody, there's a kind of music, and there's a Vox. And I've just filled out the rest, obviously, with some, I think, 909 stuff. So what I'm going to do is and I've got a new folder with some. I went through and picked some mixed vocals from various other sample kits that I downloaded. Well, you can see there's quite a few from there. So what I'll say, I was going to show you how to actually import samples, and then I'll show you the kit that I've created, and I'll show you some of the variations, pattern variations that I've done. Right, so I had to stop recording because I couldn't eject my SD card because I couldn't get to the desktop. Right, so we've got an SD card, and I'm actually using a 64 gigabyte SanDisk Ultra micro SD card. So you can't. I think it said in the manual, it kind of says you can only use up to 32, but I've got a 64 and it seems to be working fine. So I'll pop that in the back. I'll show you how to actually get to the samples. So if we press utility and shift and go to sample import, press enter, and then it'll say source file. So we change that to folder, press enter, and then it has my folder. So there's the Mint Chilled Trap, the Modern Electronica, and Vocals Misc. So if we go to import and then switch to OK and executing 1 of 8, and that's it importing. So it switches off everything, all the colours on the Roland, and it is going to import 8 samples. So it does take, I'll just leave this and show you how long it takes. So and these samples are maybe about, well, I don't know, 1 or 2 meg. They're not, you want to avoid obviously huge long samples, because you can't really chop them up. Right, as you can see, I might edit this out. Right, so we completed, there we go. Right, so in my init kit, so I'll go to whatever that was. So that was, so if we hit sample, and I go shift and find my user, which I think is, yeah, so that it's right, if you scroll all the way left, you'll come to import, and then that all is the ones that I have imported. So they're kind of just in sort of I think alphabetical order. So they're all mixed up now. So so I need to try and figure out which ones I had actually. So we'll just see what this is. Let's right, so that's go. So that's a vocal, and vox chop. That's I've got a high pass filter on this control knob. So you get the idea. So yeah, so what I want to do is kind of show how the other kit that I've created sounds. So we'll go to pattern select, and so I've got another, it's just left it. So I'm in 809 now, and it says DTC Init, and then the kit is DTC Me, which is Modern Electronica, and that's on number 122. So what I've done is I've kind of created a few patterns, and I'll just adjust these controls maybe a bit more. So they're about halfway. So yeah, so we'll see how this sounds. Right, so on the bass, I've got a 909 bass, and the snare is a 909 snare. The low tom is the theme bass. The mid tom is FX1. The high tom is FX2. The rim shot is filter pad, and the hand clap is melody, and the closed hat is music. The open hat is a vox, and the crash cymbal is a hand clap, and the ride cymbal is a gate cymbal, and those are 808. So you can see how huge amount on this first one. So there we go. That is a new kit that I created just using my own samples with a couple of 909s. Yeah, so that is how easy it is to kind of create your own kits. You can just import samples using the SD card or via USB. You can connect this via USB and copy them over. I find it's just as easy to take this out. So obviously you have to switch off the TRS before you take the SD card out and in. So hopefully you found that useful, and that's it. I will be making a few more of these type of videos just showing some of the features of the TR-8S. Okay, that's it for this week. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.